Real Estate Training Systems is bringing you another exciting training moment through the eyes of the inspector. We specialize in real training for the real professional.
Today we're in Arlington, Texas, evaluating a electric water heater that's installed in the garage. Now, when inspecting water heaters have different requirements when installed in the garage versus the interior of the home. So we're only going to cover those items that are required when a water heater is installed in a garage. In this case, this water heater has been replaced, and that whoever replaced it did install a pan underneath the water heater. But if you're going to install a pan, the pan is required to have its own drain line, and the drain line should terminate to the exterior of the home. You can see in this case that there's no drain line, so the installation of the pan really isn't doing any good at all. Also, water heaters are required to be installed at least 18 inches off the floor of the garage, as illustrated here. The purpose for installing water heaters 18 inches off the floor of the garage is to help keep them away from any type of what's called a VOC, or volatile organic compound. What that does is prevent ignition of these VOCs. Items that would put off VOCs are things like gasoline stored near the water heater, paint thinners, or even paint installed near a water heater. Also, all water heaters are required to have a temperature and pressure relief valve installed in them. The valve should be installed a minimum of 6 inches in the upper 6 inches of the water heater, or in the top of the water heater. In this case, the manufacturer installed it in the side of the water heater. All temperature and pressure relief valves are required to have what's called a discharge pipe. The discharge pipe should run gravitationally downwards at all points, terminate to the exterior of the house, have a 90 degree elbow that turns downwards, and terminate a minimum of 6 inches off the ground, or off what's called finished grade. That way, if it does leak, it leaks to the exterior of the home, or if it does pop off, it carries all the hot water to the exterior of the home as well, of the structure. Here you can see when they replaced the water heater, they did not properly install the electrical connections inside the top of the water heater housing as required by the manufacturer. Also, in this installation, you can see where the conduit's not long enough. So we're going to report that to our client, that we have some exposed electrical connections, and also that the conduit's not long enough. You can also see that we have galvanized fittings, which are dissimilar to the copper or brass that's connected to the top of them. This will cause electrolysis to occur, and that will corrode out and eventually start leaking. So we'll recommend or document in our report to have dielectric fittings installed. All water heaters are required to have a cold water shutoff valve in place, so we want to evaluate the cold water shutoff to make sure that it's in place, and also there's no corrosion on it or anything that may prevent the operation of the water valve. Part of our inspection, it's a good idea, or it's always helpful to the client, to look at the manufacturer's listing plate and evaluate the age of the water heater and the size of the water heater. That way you can document these items in your inspection report and then give those to your client. As here you can see on the serial number, I underlined the first two numbers, 04. That tells me that this water heater was installed in 2004. Also, we want to look over here. I've already put an arrow to it, but this is an 80-gallon water heater, which is much larger than typical water heaters. But the customer would like to know what size water heater they have. When I reported that this was an 80-gallon water heater, the wife went, "Hooray! More hot water!"
Real Estate Training Systems has several more videos posted right here on our website for your viewing pleasure. If you find these videos informative, don't forget to rank them and post comments. Until we meet again, Rhett's out.